Third phase of moon.
Welcome back. Blake Cousins' Third Phase Moon, April 1st, and this is no joke. We've got videos from around the world, from the UK, including Arizona, and an interview with Doc Skinner, whom I tell about a close encounter with the TR-3B approximately 10 years ago. But let's get to the first video submitted to us right here at Third Phase. Check it out.
There it is. I don't know, hang on, I zoomed in on it.
It looks like it's landing.
How's it landing? What the hell is it? I'm filming it now. Yeah.
No, it's from here now.
It's getting too far away now. Gone. Just disappeared. Oh, it's up there.
The video was captured in Worthing, West Sussex by Garvell Loken. He says he absolutely loves the channel, and he said he filmed a UFO and he wanted to share it with us, and he doesn't know what he captured, but he wants us to share it with you to get your thoughts. What was going on? He said traveled overhead approximately about 20 miles an hour. He said he zoomed in. He said it looked like a tiny figure. He definitely claims that it isn't any kind of drone or anything. It didn't have any wings on it or any kind of prop propeller blades. Brent, what's your thoughts here?
Yeah, this one's pretty cool, Blake. It stands out. Definitely, these are the submissions we like to see at Third Phase of Moon. Anything flying in the sky that we can't explain, well, this is one of them. It almost looks like a humanoid, Blake. People say we have flying humanoids that are captured on film. Well, this looks like one of them. What could it really be? Could it be a balloon? It sure doesn't look like it.
We're going to give you the original link below so you can take a look at Garvell's video. Now, let's get to this. A Tombstone, Arizona. What the heck is going on? More incredible sightings from around the world. Take a look.
Oh my god. Definitely not a plane or a helicopter. Dev, dia gerak, Dev. Dia muter ininya. Iya anjing.
The video, captured over Tombstone, Arizona, was uploaded March 29, 2020, just a few days ago, but it was from a little time ago that Ndika Wijaya captured the video. But at the moment we're looking at it, he said it was stationary for a couple hours. Whatever it is, he doesn't have a clue, except he wonders if it's some kind of military experimental craft being performed over a base of some sort near Tombstone. Anybody out there can give us any information if they've seen anything like this in Arizona near Tombstone. Let us know. Brett, what's your thoughts here?
Yeah, taking a closer look, I was looking at it and I was thinking, could this be an aviation balloon doing an experiment, or looking out for any sort of aircraft that might be in the area? Is there an airport in this vicinity? Let us know.
We want to thank Ndika for letting us share this video. Again, we're going to be supplying the original link so you can take a look at it yourself. Now, let's get to this. I had an interview with one of our friends. His name's Doc Skinner. He runs a podcast and he invited me on the show, and we got into a discussion about the TR-3B. I had a close encounter along with my brother approximately 10 years ago. Here's the story and interview we had today.
That's probably, about 2008, 2009. There was a moment when we had some neighbors of ours that lived, a couple miles down the road from us. They knew that we're filmmakers and we're making movies and we had camera equipment. And they thought, maybe who else are they going to call? We live in a small town. And they called us up. It's on our birthday, as a matter of fact. And they said, you know what, guys, you got to bring your cameras over. Bring your cameras because we're seeing strange lights over the skies. And they kind of know we're guys in the neighborhood that we're up for anything. So we're like, yeah, we'll show up with our cameras. Why not? So we go down to their place, and it's in the middle of nowhere. They're live on a potato farm. It's a sweet potato farm, and there's nobody around for miles, and it's along the coast. It's a really amazing area. Apparently, long history of Hawaiian celebration, and there's artifacts and rock walls all around this area. Not sure if there's any correlation to what we experienced that night, but we brought our cameras, and we had one of the most amazing experiences. It was our best birthday present you could ever imagine. It's a quarter of a mile wide TR-3B that we dealt with, a triangular thing that came down on us, and we were screaming like little kids at the top of our lungs. And unfortunately, it was about 8-9 years ago. We filmed it, but you barely could see the lights. It's just, black with a dot, and it really doesn't give it justice. So the video doesn't do anything, but, right after that, we posted that video up. We also posted up a couple interviewing people that shot some videos, and we realized, wow, look at all these people that are starting to watch this. There's no face to this on YouTube. Nobody's going out there. Nobody's putting it together. And I think, we're basically the guys that were bringing a face to YouTube. I didn't even really give a judgment of what we're looking at. All I did was
just post it. Leave it to their to their judgment. Yeah. And that's what you were never in the videos. You just say, here it is. What do you think? Mm-hmm. Tell us what you think. And that's how it should be. It shouldn't be, oh, did you see it's this and this and that? And feed it. But I do want to ask you, since you got to witness the TR-3B, I too, along with two other witnesses, got to have a TR-3B fly over us. Not directly, just maybe about 50 feet over, but in front, crossing a street from, and it was a Thursday night. It was at 7 o'clock, and I want to ask you, was it a smooth or was it wobbly when it was going by? And was it slow or was it fast?
Well, here's the pyramid, right? Mm-hmm. And we're kind of looking up at it, and it was coming down on top of us, just kind of like it was moving towards us and then started to hover down on us. And it was probably about maybe 150 yards above us. And we were kind of wondering, what are we going to do next? One of the guys that we're hanging out with had a gun. And he had his camera up like this, and he had his one hand on the gun. He was ready to shoot at it. Who knows what would happen then? But we all looked at it, and then we all turned in unison as it went towards Waipio Valley. And it was really amazing. It wasn't, what we did see that was really amazing too is besides the triangular shape, you know, the lights in the dark that pretty much blacked out the stars, was there's these swirling lights on the edge of the craft.
Were they
swirling
red?
around.
Were they red?
I don't think that there was more like a white with like a sheen around it, like a white, you know, silky sheen, and they're swirling. I don't know. They weren't red. They're more, it was just almost like ghostly almost, but it's weird. I don't know what that had to do with the craft.
Well,
No idea.
what I discovered was when this happened, it was like a few months after Google, and I didn't know it until that night. I researched and found out that the Google Doc showing the patent for the TR3B came out.
Yep.
And so then what I did is I found out that they usually fly them on Thursday nights, and they supposedly store it at Kirkland. I think that's the one in Phoenix Air Base. And then they also have them over at Kirtland in New Mexico. Well, I went on Google Map and I connected those two bases with a direct flight path, and it goes directly over the venue that I was in the parking lot at. And I was just like, oh my God, this is so cool. But what was wild is it was going really slow, and like it was in water. And what I was told was those three lights are stabilizers. The slower it goes, the more it has to like balance. The faster it smooths out. But that's why I was asking.
You know,
my friend he didn't believe it until he saw it actually go over the trees. Because at first he was, oh, those are just towers. It's like, bro, I work here. There are no towers there. It's a neighborhood. And then,
yeah, what's great is we had 5 people there with us at the same time, and we all like, the one guy changed his life. He got a haircut, got a job. You know, you really psychologically. And they were scared. I was like really amazed. We always looked up in the sky, but for like years after that, when we drove by that place, we're just like, damn, can't believe what happened. And then, you know, about 2 years later, we actually met somebody else who was a 6th eyewitness that was on the upper road and saw this thing come over that farm and just hover there for a few moments and then go towards Waipio Valley. So it was
So
one of those.
All of your research, let's just, while we're on the TR3B, do you see that? Now I've been told there's 2 different sizes. The one that I saw, which was literally around 100 yards, less than that from us, and literally 2-3 feet above the treetops, because the trees were like, it was just weird. It was about the size of like a jet fighter plane. Now I've been told that there's these larger versions of it that are transporters. So are these reconnaissance ships, or are they transport ships, or what do you know? Since you're like, you know a lot more than I do, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, I got to feel. Obviously, it's a secret Space Force program, and it's reverse engineered, and you know, it's one of ours, but using technology that they've obtained and just reverse engineered it. What's going on our side of the island is there's constant military exercise going along the coast, because where we live, there's a 300-foot drop off a cliff that ends to the Pacific Ocean. So they're always practicing below those cliffs. So half the island doesn't even know what's going on as they're doing their exercises below this cliff line, and nobody can see what's going on. And we're looking out over here all the time, and we're seeing stuff that would blow you away. But I think it's definitely military, and we're just lucky enough to be in the area because we're in this hot spot with the cliffs. It's always happening along this coast, and they might have just spotted us through the infrared, knowing that we're hanging out there, they're messing with these guys on this farm or whatever, and just messing around with them. But so the TR3B is definitely a secret Space Force, and like the patent's been out. I got a feeling that it's going to be declassified real soon, and hopefully, knock on wood, we'll be able to see one fly over the Super Bowl next year. It's right around the corner. We're going to see this thing.
That wouldn't it be cool if it came right over, stopped, hovered over the center, and then dropped the football for the game ball to start the game off?
That's right. That's what we need. We need that thing. It's $1 trillion machine.
Yeah.
It's $1 trillion machine.
Now I invite you, if you want to listen to the entire video, go to Doc Skinner's YouTube channel. Again, I'm going to be supplying the original link below so you could watch my entire interview with him. There's some insight to the history of Third Phase of Moon. Everybody, be safe out there. Have your camera ready. Blake Cousins, along with my brother, we're standing by, taking your videos and reporting them as they come in. We'll see you real soon.